climate change impacts are highly visible year-round in Nevada. That smog, you can see it, when you're driving and into the city. That's how bad it is on bad air quality days.
I have a 3-year-old son. When I do take him outside to play when it's not too hot, I've noticed that he comes back and he has rashes all over his body, and he's just constantly unable to really breathe.
Right now, if somebody in the state is even just considering buying an electric car, is just interested and wants to learn more, it's really difficult for them to go to their local dealership and try it out. And you have to sort of look at over 100 gas-powered cars before you find one electric car model. And so what the zero emission vehicle standard does is ask automakers or require automakers to send some of their electric car models to Nevada to make them available for sale and to make them accessible for people, where right now they're just not.
It felt so great because doing this work, you don't always get good news. I would love for my son to be able to experience things that I experienced as a child. Granted, it's always been hot growing up, but I would be able to go out and play with my friends, and I didn't have to worry about whether or not I was going to get a rash or have breathing issues if I was playing outside when it was a bad air quality day.
Our Clean Cars Nevada initiative is another part of that strategy, I think, to defend the state's ability to demand better air for its citizens and the better public health outcomes that comes along with that.
I think our current administration has just placed a lot of fear on folks. And I think before the 2016 election, I feel like a lot of people weren't as involved, and they just didn't think that, this new guy was going to come in and cut funds for the EPA and do all these things. So I think it just created a lot of urgency. I think people realized, this is a real issue. We're all being affected by it one way or the other, and we need to get to it. We don't have enough time.
Not all communities experience air pollution in the same way or to the same degree. And unfortunately in Nevada, as pretty much everywhere in the country, low-income communities and communities of color are located near high traffic corridors and industrial facilities that are major sources of the kind of air pollution that impacts a person's daily life.
Here in Nevada, we're super diverse. We have a lot of BIPOC community here. And sadly, these are the folks that are more likely to be getting respiratory illnesses like asthma and such.
I live in an area in Las Vegas that's 80% Latino. Most of them are immigrants or first generation. I do see a lot of my neighbors that drive, sometimes they drive the older cars, and those tend to pollute more, a bit more smog. Our kids are exposed to just more pollution, and because we are more in the central part of the valley, it is also the hottest part of the valley.
Environmental justice is racial justice. You know, you can't have one without the other. You know, it's not just the physical environment we care about, it's what kind of life our communities of color allowed to live. Like, can we thrive? Can we take care of people?
Since 2008, there has really been a growing, I think, recognition that a more resilient economy is going to be a more diversified economy in the state. And I think the clean energy economy has really strong potential to be kind of a different plank for Nevada's economy moving forward that will make it more resilient to different kinds of economic shocks. I mean, I think that well-designed climate policies really have that potential. It's not just about greenhouse gas emissions in 2050, but it's about how do I make visible differences in people's quality of life a month from now. And something that clean air is really, I think, the connection between those two things.